So this is the whole issue, the App Store, okay? And again, Apple can curate in the App Store all they want, but here's what they did. They made it so you can't get any software into your device through any other method unless you do what's called jailbreaking the device, which voids your warranty on the device and is very difficult and technologically challenging for most people to do. It's not for the average end user. And Apple has made it very difficult to jailbreak recent versions of iOS, if not impossible. So don't say jailbreaking is the solution. No, Apple recanting these fascist fucking policies is the real solution. That is criminal racketeering and monopoly. They're criminals. They're globalist criminals in bed with the communist Chinese. And don't tell me that isn't true or happening, because you're fucking wrong. That's exactly what it is. You don't have enough information to understand the situation if you don't understand that. That's your lack of information and understanding, not mine. And I'm done trying to make any excuses for people. You're just fucking dumb and wrong. And that's not an ad hominem attack, it's the truth. You're too dumb to understand what the fuck's going on, and you're wrong because you don't understand it from a moral perspective either. It's your understanding problem, not mine. I'm correct and right. You're dumb and wrong. So here's what Apple did with the App Store that makes it a monopolistic practice and an immoral one. First of all, as gatekeepers, they are telling developers they must go through them. And therefore, no developer who writes an app for the iOS platform or iPadOS platform now can sell their app to the public unrestricted and unrestrained, as they used to be able to do on the Mac OS, and as developers can still do on Windows and Linux. They need Apple's approval on this whole computing platform. Could you imagine this? Could you imagine if Microsoft or the developers of Linux said to people, you have to get our permission before you write a program and release it to the public to run on their computer? Could you imagine? And people don't even understand that this happened. Most of you out there don't even understand this has occurred for 13 years. It's been this way on this platform for 13 years, folks. And you still don't understand it. And you don't understand why it's wrong. They take 30% on forcing people to. First of all, I thought developers were going to rebel against this practice for sure. I said developers are going to say, fuck Apple, I'm not writing anything for this platform unless they recant this policy. But no, they wrote it. They wrote the apps and sold them in the store and let Apple take their monopolistic absolute. This is criminal racketeering is what it is. Go look that up of what it is. It's racketeering. The developer cannot sell their app to the public anymore. They have to go through Apple and give Apple a 30% extortion cut as a monopoly, or they can't get their app to run on iOS. There are no applications are able to run on the iOS platform without Apple's express approval. In other words, there is no side loading on the platform. This means that you could take an application that is packaged and distributed online from a third-party developer and download it from that developer's website and install it on your device. Folks, if you are so dense in the fucking skull that you still think this is about what Apple can do with their property, and you don't understand that this is reaching into your property and other people's property, you are fucking retarded. You are a fucking retard. Stop saying that it is about what Apple can do with their property. It's not. Fuck face retard. It's not. You don't understand because you're dumb. Learn what's really going on. Apple has the right to control what's in the App Store because the App Store is their property and their space on the internet. I'm not arguing that point. By making it impossible to sideload an app, Apple is saying what you, as a fucking person who bought a device and an owner of that piece of property when you spent your money on it, can do with the device post buying it. Which means they are dictating what you can do with your property. Understand the distinction, dumb fuck. And folks, I keep saying that. I keep saying it and I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't stay calm because I know how dumb you people are. And I'm talking even to my own listening audience, even to my own viewing audience. I don't care. Get offended and shut the fucking show off. I don't care anymore. Because you're so fucking dumb that I get from even you people. Apple can do whatever they want with their own fucking people. You're dumb as a bag of fucking shit. You can't understand the distinction between curating in a store that they do own and have property rights to versus saying what you are allowed to install. Don't you get it? No, most of you don't. Because when your mouth opens, liquid shit pours out. By controlling which apps are permitted in the App Store, Apple alone can control the entirety of the feature set available on the iOS platform. And if you can't understand how dangerous that is, once again, you're just a fucking mental midget retard. If you can't understand the danger of having that level of monopolistic power on an entire computing platform, that they are trying to bring that model into Mac now. And when they do that, Windows will probably follow suit. And don't tell me I need to go run to some shitware called Linux, because 99% of it is shitware, as I've talked about. Look, I'm going to keep attacking the FOSS community, the free and open source software community. You know why? You guys suck at what you do. 99% of you guys blow at what you do. And I'm going to keep hammering on it and attacking it because you're all just motivated like everybody else by profit, and that's why your organizations suck dick. Okay? And I'll just say it just like that to you. You suck at what you do. 99% of you do. There's a few gems in that community, but they're few and far between, and it's like picking through a pile of shit to find a nugget of gold. Get as offended as you want, eggheads. That's the truth. Anybody paying attention knows that's the truth about FOSS, free open source software. All right? I don't give a fuck who gets offended by that. Get as offended as you like. It's still true nonetheless. So don't tell me I got to be backed into a fucking corner to use your garbage software. Most of it is garbage. Some of it's very good. But few and far between in that whole community write really good software compared to Windows and Mac platforms. So don't tell me I need to limit my options even more than they're already limited. They're already too limited. Telling me I have to run away. I'm not a bullshit coward like you. I'm not running away. I'm going to tell people why this is wrong so they can understand what's been going on and raise their voice to make it change. You don't have enough will to make it change because most of you are dumb fucks who don't even understand what's going on. All right. If you don't understand these 3 bullet points and how dangerous all this is, I don't know what to tell you. You're a jackass. A jackass. All right? And for all you equal cranial retards called the anarcho-capitalist community, oh, corporations can do whatever the hell they want and try to private. That's what you assholes sound like. You want corporate fascism. That's what you guys want. You think unrestrained illegal. Now, I don't even care about illegal, immoral practices. Unrestrained criminal. I'm strike illegal. I didn't even mean to say it. It was a mistake of the tongue, okay? A slip of the tongue. I meant criminal, not illegal, criminal. There's a difference. True criminal practices. That's what you guys want to run rampant. This is criminal racketeering and monopolization. And yes, that is criminal. That's trying to push out competitors so that you can just have a total dominant advantage over everybody just because you say you can. Because Apple knows that they would have competitors in the whole software field if they allowed side loading of apps. It's called having a weak position that you can't even defend. You're Apple, you're little Nazi cowards. With such a weak position, you got to say, we're going to maintain a monopoly over the software available on our platform because probably people would write better software than you do, assholes. Look, and I'll tell you, I'm going to go so far. Let me get as extreme as this right here. If you agree with Apple, get the fuck off anything related to what on earth is happening. If you think Apple aren't criminals and what they're doing isn't immoral, I don't want you as even an associate, a person who claims to understand my work. Get the fuck off my social media. Unfriend me now, or I will block you if I find out you agree with Apple. And that's the other thing. Companies either act as a utility platform, in which case they cannot censor, or they act as a publisher, in which case they can curate. What on earth is happening as a private publishing platform? That's why only I have say over what goes on that website. It's not a public area. I'm not making it available under the public. If I did and then started censoring, then that would be censorship. And don't tell me a private Facebook group that has a stated intended purpose isn't a publishing platform. That's the difference between understanding what's your own property and what isn't. It's a private publishing platform with a specific goal in mind. You want to have a free-for-all platform with no rules? Then if you start taking down things, that's called censorship. You say you want to have a freedom of speech platform available to people to put their own content on and be their own publishers on their own private space. That's what YouTube is supposed to be, Twitter, Facebook, and they're all engaged in criminal practices of censorship. And then you want to say, okay, they are private publishing platforms that can curate. Well, then they can't have the protection that they have about liability that government's currently giving them. You can't have it both ways. And most people don't understand that. I'm a private publisher. I can control what content goes on my publishing platform. Can you tell a book publisher what books to publish or not? No. So Apple has the right to publish on their own app store the apps that they want. Do they have a right to monopolize? I don't believe that they do. That's criminal. To say, oh, you must come through us. That's called criminal racketeering and monopolization. That's an actual crime against competition. On an entire, something as important as a publishing platform, which is a computing platform that can create and distribute information. No one company should have that power. Or you are a corporate fascist. And no, I'm not a socialist or a leftist. I'm not a Marxist either. But if you want to tell me any company should have that kind of fascist power in their hands, I think you are an immoral criminal yourself for even advocating it. You are aiding and abetting immoral criminal behavior if you agree with Apple on their policies. And if you don't understand it, you're dross to me. I don't need you. I don't want you. I want people gathering who understand and agree with what I'm saying. Do you understand? Idiots out there. I don't want your association. I want the strong, intelligent, willful people that are going to move forward and let the rest fall to the wayside, because when those people step forward and activate, they'll do incredible things, and the dross will always do nothing. Because that's all you are, and that's all you ever will be. And we don't need you. So understand these bullet points and how dangerous this is to any platform. Imagine if Microsoft was doing something like this and saying to developers, and they're starting to implement some of it, but imagine if they were saying, you must come through us to write a piece of software and distribute it on Windows. Imagine this. I mean, like I was saying as an example, imagine if they went to Intuit and said, well, Quicken and QuickBooks can't run on the platform anymore just because we say so. We don't like the feature set, so we're banning it from the platform. You got to come through us now. How many businesses use software like that they would be affecting, that bought it from the third-party developer? Could you imagine? And this is essentially what Apple does every day since 2007 on this whole platform. Oh, you could say, don't use it. I agree. Don't use iOS. I agree with that. Until Apple reverts away from this criminal, racketeering, monopoly policy.